it's actually getting louder. We had to escape the heat from the 𝗙𝗟𝗟. It was unbearable in this van. We were showering constantly, 24/7, throwing water on us, and it was too uncomfortable. So we are making our way up north through the west coast of Portugal.
So hot.
It's too hot. So we have this little bottle and we just like keep squirting it on ourselves. I keep it in the fridge and it's lovely and cold. I just took our bottle out of the fridge when I put my phone in, so it's time for a quick refreshing squirt. How is it? Portuguese roads for you, live from the middle of nowhere. We have finally made it to our park up for the night, and as you can see it's sort of cloudy and it's fresh, which is what we were just looking for because we haven't been able to sleep really in the last week. So we made it to this little place. It's beside 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗏, to the north of 𝗙𝗢𝗟𝗏, and this place has toilets, it has water, so we are going to have a little shower that I have prepared here just to cool down. So I have the bucket filled up in this little tap, and I have the head there. Good morning. So today starts like this.
Back to reality.
Yeah, the brake caliper started making a noise yesterday evening, so we're just checking.
Definitely it doesn't seem like too stuck.
No?
No. So now it's time to get back on the road and continue heading north. Even though today it is a little bit cloudy, it is still very, very warm. So we are still trying to escape the heat wave that is coming up through Portugal.
The noise is back and it's actually getting louder and louder. And we still have quite a few kilometers left to until Bilbao.
Here we have like 1,000.
Yeah, like 1,000 kilometers.
I don't know, we might have to find a garage here in Portugal just to get the brake caliper freed up until I can get a repair kit or rebuild kit for it.
Yeah.
So if we see one, it nearly be worthwhile going in to ask.
Yeah. So yeah, we might have to find a Portuguese
Wow,
mechanic.
used to be that.
Portuguese drivers are mental. Like, lately we're seeing at least an accident a day, and people are overtaken in corners, overtaken when there's cars coming, and like other cars don't beep at them. It's like, how is this normal? Like, we literally almost crashed. It's scary. Portuguese roads are something else. Like, half of the road is missing. Like, we have to drive through the middle.
It's gradually meeting each other in the middle.
So I have found a Portuguese mechanic, and we are going to ask how much it is to free up the brake caliper so we can drive back to Bilbao without a nothing else. There's the mechanic here.
Your destination is on the left.
I'm just practicing my Portuguese before we go into Fergus.
Falas English?
So that mechanic says no.
No, until next week is not.
Next week.
Yeah, so
So
we'll have to find someone else that could squeeze us in and have a quick look.
have a quick look and see can they do anything to get us back to Bilbao where I can fix it.
Yeah. Y el rodamiento de la rueda trasera necesito cambiar. So the noise is getting way worse, so we are going to try another mechanic because we really don't want to drive 1,000 kilometers with the wheel like this. So
Can you have water?
yeah. So this garage is going to try to have a look at it. He said it's something in the brake system.
Pode tentar soldar, mas porquê é que se partiu? É estranho. Make all in cash.
So in our efforts to escape the heat wave here in Portugal, we ended up busting the bearing on Fergus, and now we are stuck here in the middle of Portugal in a garage, and we are going to have to sleep here tonight because we cannot get parts until tomorrow morning, and this here is going to be our home for the next probably 24 hours.
Yes.
And
We're not even it.
we have an et all
We're in the
day.
middle of nowhere. We have food in the van, so we're fine. We have water. It could be worse, but it's not ideal.
But the funny thing is that I have all their tools and I have to take the van apart. In this heat, it's absolutely mental. So now I'm going to go and I'm going to take the van apart and take all the brakes off and see can we get it cleaned up and get ready for tomorrow when the parts arrive. So it's far too warm to do any work right now. It's like 30 something degrees and we're in central Portugal, so there's hardly even a breeze. So I'm going to wait till later on until it cools down, and then I'm going to tackle the job of taking the brakes off. But let's go sit inside in the shade and escape this heat.
Home for the night.
So this is the wheel that has all the problems. In there, the bearing has exploded open. So we have to take this wheel off right here. I don't know if we're doing it or they're doing it. And then we're going to use, I think, this machine to clean all the parts. So now it's time to take all of this here off so we can get it cleaned up because it's filthy. So we have everything off right now. There is all the brakes in there, and this is the inner part of the drum, and right in there is where the bearing has shattered. So tomorrow morning this here will be out and a new one will be in. What should we do now?
I don't know.
So right in there is where the bearing has shattered, and that has held us up by another couple of days. So now that the brakes and all are off Fergus, we have to take apart the hub, but there is no rush in doing that right now. It's so hot outside. They are going to be replacing the bearing tomorrow, so tomorrow morning I can take that hub off, and then that is one thing less for them to do, and hopefully that means we can get on the road a little bit quicker and get moving and head into Porto. So yeah, just a bit of a disaster to happen, and it just happened all of a sudden, but that's the joys of driving around Europe in a 40-year-old van. You are going to have these little breakdowns. Just in our case, we're having a lot of them. So don't know what we're going to do for the rest of the evening. It's going to be a long evening. So on top of the bearing breaking, also this little guy here snapped, and these are our brand new brakes that we only got a month ago. So we're not having much luck. This year has been an expensive year for Fergus. First getting scammed by the first garage for the massive brake cylinder, which was like €160 plus the parts. Then we had to pay to get the new brakes done, which was like almost €400, and now God knows what this is going to be. I tried to think tomorrow, so hopefully it's not too bad and we can get it fixed. Oh well.
So Shane has had many garages throughout our trips. Today he has a Portuguese garage. So is this like the best garage that you've had on the road?
Absolutely.
I'd say so.
It's a 𝗪𝗏𝗧 car park and a
𝗪𝗛𝗢𝗏𝗧
car park and a...
So here are the tools. Here is the thing that they use for washing the parts. And like the people in this garage, they are so nice, and like they've let us sleep here tonight. And they have given us the keys of the place, and they've left it open in case we need to go to the toilet. They taught us how to open the gate, close the gate, everything, literally everything. So nice. So Jorge, the owner of the garage, has kindly given us the key. So it just takes a second. Welcome to my garage. Well, Shane's garage.
We are going to change the name of this to Shane and Annie's garage. So, welcome to our garage. We have a nice Toledo here. We have a Volkswagen up there.
Where we have been all day waiting.
Sit down waiting in here, and we have a Renault Master over there. So loads of cars to fix.
Oh my god, guys, like look at this sunset. It's unreal. My views right now. Wow. Look, best sunset ever. Portuguese hidden gem.
This
I
garage.
don't even know where we are. I honestly.
I have no idea.
Pobal or something he said.
Probably.
Let's cook something because it's almost 9 and we haven't ended it.
And I don't know what it's going to be like in this van because it's kind of like this. At least it's not like this.
Yeah.
But honestly, we have to make the best out of a worst situation, and thankfully it happened somewhere close to this garage. We weren't in the middle of nowhere. We weren't in the Algarve where it's like 40 something degrees, and we're safe here in this little yard.
And it's not raining.
And it's not raining. But if you think about it, we are two strangers in a random mechanics. We have the keys to his shop. So some people out there are pretty nice. So we're going to see what it's going to be like tonight. Hopefully there has been a couple of alarms going on. So
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
maybe it's a sketchy area, who knows? But hopefully tonight goes alright. Leave a comment down below if you have stayed in a nicer park up. I'm sure there's a lot of comments. Fingers crossed we can get this sorted today. Good morning.
Good morning.
How was your sleep at the mechanics?
Not great.
Why?
Because we are like this and Shane kept kicking me and pushing me and oh my god.
Please forgive me.
I will, of course I will.
It mightn't look like much, but we are like that.
Have you ever had porridge for breakfast at a garage? I highly recommend it.
What do you think of the views?
Oh, absolutely mental. Like, look at that wall.
So while they are attempting to fix the van right down there, Annie is working on our next YouTube video, and we are gathering some solar. So this is all assembled back up together, so we just have to put the hub back on, put the wheel back on, and we are out of here. So when you tell people that you're stranded in Portugal, they're probably thinking, well, it's probably one of the best places that you could be stuck, but we aren't in any picturesque location, no beach, no cliffs, nothing. We are here in this complete industrial estate. So let me show you where we have spent the last 24 hours waiting to get Fergus back.
So we are going for a test drive and then we have to come back. We are not leaving yet.
Just do a runner.
Do a runner, never come back.
Never come back to Portugal.
Fan is so quiet.
Is this fan on?
We got used to the boom, 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 boom. And now it's like, ooh, smooth. So we are just driving around the garage for 5 minutes, and then we have to come back, and then they have to adjust the bearing. And then hopefully we are free to go, because it's been over 24 hours just sitting in this garage, just watching time pass. So this is where we have been sleeping and living and being for the past day. Portugal tourism. So we are back in the garage and they are doing the last adjustments to the wheel, and Shane has gone to get the bill, our favorite part. So let's see how much this is going to be. It's going to be an expensive visit to the doctors. We are hoping that it's going to be under 300. Under 300 would be so good, especially when Shane has done part of the work for them. Anyway, let's just wait and see. Live in the garage with Fergus working. You're okay, my side. Perfect. Yay! We are leaving! So good! That's where we slept. And that's where we spent yesterday evening. And the horn doesn't work. Oh. Not gonna miss this place, but they were so good. They were so good. XP, Auto. If you're ever stuck and you're beside 𝗦𝗢𝗢𝗢𝗢. This is part of van life. I guess that when you have a 40-year-old van, it's more likely to happen, but it could happen to any van. So yeah, glad to have this done, and now it's time to enjoy the trip again. We are going to go to a river that has a swimming area, so really looking forward to that. We love swimming in fresh water, but first let's stop in a Lidl's, because again we haven't had lunch today and we are running low in food. And water. And once again in Portugal, there is a car crash. We see at least one a day. It's crazy. Like when we say that Portuguese drivers are mental, we're not lying. Like, they overtake anywhere, and I don't know, it's scary to do this. And we see at least one car crash a day.
So we're after coming up and down this here mountain, and the brakes are still a little bit soft, so we're just going to bleed the back brakes and get the pedal a wee bit harder.
Keep moving, 6 or 7.
We go again.
Back at it again.
Okay.
What the?
There's a not so friendly dog over there.
Let's see how the pedal is. Yeah, much better.
After being stuck in a garage for 24 hours, we have made it to this beach in a river. The water is crystal clear.
But with crystal clear water, you have crystal cold water.
Yeah. So now that Fergus is all fixed up, quiet as ever, it's time to leave Portugal.
We have finally escaped the heat of the Algarve. It was unbelievable there for the last 4 or 5 days, but now it's time to make our way into northern Spain. And in the next video we have an exciting challenge, and this time I'm going to be taking a step back.
And I'm gonna get my hands dirty.
So make sure you're subscribed not to miss that one, and as always don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Bye! I couldn't leave Portugal without getting one of my favourite desserts one more time. Gekes.
Not even getting one dessert, you got 2 boxes.
Yeah, I did.